Hi everyone, it's Jack back with another video. Today I'm going to talk about a company I spoke about in the past, that's Coinbase. I want to talk about the wider crypto crash and can Coinbase survive this, come out the other side as a decent investable company. Coinbase, most recently in the news this week, laid off 18% of its staff, has around 6,000 staff, so that's nearly just over 1,000 staff gone amid a crypto meltdown, and it really is a meltdown. Coinbase stock is down a horrendous amount year to date, and it looks like there's no end in sight for this company. Coinbase stock is down 79% just in 2022 alone, and from its all-time highs, which I think were close to $400, it's down 85-90%. Really tremendous losses, and it doesn't seem like it's getting any better for this company. They're laying off staff, the crypto crash doesn't seem to be abating, and we need to dig into why this is happening. The main reason, of course, is the wider decline of the crypto, but particularly Bitcoin. Bitcoin right now sitting just under $22,000, down 45% in the past 365 days. Coinbase relies heavily on Bitcoin. Most of its revenue comes from Bitcoin trading revenue, and this is a reliance that has not really been able to get away from. And as it's grown as a public company, it still accounts for a tremendous amount of the business, and analysts know this, investors know this, and as Bitcoin prices declined, along with the NFT market crash, all sorts of crypto market crashes, the problems with Terra Luna, the problems with other crypto exchanges have not helped Coinbase purely on a reputational basis, and it's dropped with sympathy of these companies. All of these have meant a tremendous decline for the company. The most recent quarterly results actually still look pretty decent. They have more than 98 million verified users, $309 billion in quarterly trading volume, $250 billion in assets on the platform. It's in over 100 countries, and as it say, it has over 5,000 employees. So you can see from the first quarter to now, they'd employed over 1,000 people, really aggressive hiring, and that hiring is going to have to be completely reversed, and they're going to freeze hiring for the near term, which is really not a bullish sign, but is not uncommon in today's market as they plan to go in recession. Brian Armstrong thinks a recession is quite likely, the CEO of Coinbase, so they're only preparing this company in a sensible way. That being said, this is a clear reversal of course, and quite an embarrassing come down in my opinion that they thought that Coinbase was going to the moon essentially. They thought they were planning for extreme growth, and that is just not the case. The signs were kind of there for Coinbase in the most recent financial report, but they're only getting worse. The environment is only getting worse for this company. Retail trading volume down from $177 billion to $74 billion, a drop of over $100 billion. That is absolutely precipitous drop. Institutional trading volume not as badly hit, but still only $235 billion at the end of Q1 compared to $371 at the end of Q4. That's a 44% drop compared to Q4 across both trading volume as a percentage of the total. Bitcoin and Ethereum were both up compared to how they were in the previous quarter, 16% each to now 24% and 21% respectively. That is because the trading of other crypto assets was falling massively, particularly with the drop in the NFT market. Other smaller cryptocurrencies were less necessary. Trading volume percentage of total, Bitcoin has came down from 39% to 24% in just a year. Now you may see this is good, but this is reversing course. What Coinbase actually absolutely needed was the trading volume of Bitcoin to continue to come down and down and down, and other crypto assets to take over, so the Coinbase stock isn't completely tethered to the Bitcoin valuation, and that is still what's happening. Transaction revenue as a percentage of the total, 25% of the total transaction revenue is Bitcoin, 23% Ethereum, 52% other crypto assets. That has again reversed the trend that was happening. Q4 2021, other crypto assets was 68%, now just 52%. I have no doubt this will be much lower after the loss of after Terra Luna and what happened there, and all the other problems that are happening in the crypto market. And this is yet more negative signs for Coinbase. Really what they need is an increased diversity of revenue rather than just relying solely on Bitcoin and Ethereum, because localized crashes in these currencies can cause real problems. Of course, localized crashes in these currencies won't happen very often, because if Bitcoin goes down, it tends to drag the rest of the crypto market with it. So that is they're kind of insulated in that way. But Bitcoin has dropped a lot, so you can imagine that the rest of the market and Coinbase revenue as such is going to drop as well. Coinbase trading volume tends to do well in periods of great volatility. You can see there's a couple of the spikes in the graph. The total Coinbase trading volume has done very well when crypto asset volatility was at some of its highest, just because this is the time when people see the most opportunities, either on the buy side or the sell side, and either way this is good for Coinbase. However, when the entire market's trending down, more people are selling than buying. They're essentially losing half of that equation, the buy side, and this will not be good. Not to mention that the overall value, if people are losing a lot of the principal, taking losses, then this is a smaller percentage of revenue that Coinbase will take. Currently, they have 11.5% of the total crypto market. I imagine this will increase as people move away from the less trustworthy sources. Of course, you're seeing what's happening with Celsius at the minute. Binance is locking out users from taking out the money. So, of course, things like this will push people towards Coinbase and the higher fees that come with that, just for pure safety, if anything. But of course, in the short term, this is not good for Coinbase, and I can see the next quarter results being absolutely putrid. With the rest of the putrid numbers comes even more from the revenue, decline of 56% since Q4 for total transaction revenue to now just over $1 billion from $2.26 billion in Q4 2021. Again, not what you want to see. Rapidly decreasing growth, and this is basically the price were at the highest. Bitcoin hit high in November. I think Ethereum also did. Most of the crypto market was at the highest prices in November 2021, as was the wider market. Many asset prices, high growth stocks were in. Any high beta asset was very high in November. And then as the recession has bit, the Fed started changing course, quantitative tightening. We're seeing a massive decrease in transaction revenue for Coinbase. I think this is only going to increase. I could see half and again possibly for the next quarter. Of course, I'm no expert, but it's looking rough. Other services did decent, but they were all mostly declining. The only one that was up was interest income because more people are holding cash on their account. So again, this is possible that this will do all right, but I can't see any of these struggling. People are going to get out of the smaller currencies. They're going to take the losses where they can. So they do a decent revenue on the sell side, but I can see the assets coming down dramatically. Overall, I think the Coinbase as a business and Coinbase shareholders are in for a very, very rough year ahead. A lot of volatility, a lot of red. Maybe goes up, maybe goes down from here. I don't know, but I think it's going to be a very, very volatile year. This crypto price crash, if it extends, could be very damaging for Coinbase as a business. It has $6 billion in cash and $3 billion in debt. So I think it could definitely continue to operate at a loss for a certain amount of time. But this is very, very worrying for Coinbase shareholders. It's not really been priced in to analyst expectations yet, in my opinion, because the average price target at the minute is still $129 compared to a current price of $51. So that's like 150% upside. I'm not seeing it that way personally. I think this would be a very, very expensive purchase price, $128 if it ever got to that, because Coinbase has previously traded on a PE of like 15 or something like that, or near 10. When it was at its highs, when crypto was doing well in November, Q4 last year, the PE of Coinbase, if it even registers any positive earnings, is going to be grossly higher, in my opinion. In the midst of a crypto crash, Coinbase is likely not going to be profitable at all. I think the valuation is going to go sky high, even at the current price. It's going to be a very, very rough time for investors. Those with a long-term outlook, it basically comes down to, do you believe that crypto is going to survive this crash, which I personally do, come out stronger? Possibly. It's not really for me to say. I think it will. Many other people have more interest in crypto than me, will know more about it. Hear what they have to say, find some other videos on the topic. I think its market cap is now $15 billion. If you think it is going to be the leading exchange in a world with Web3 and with a lot more crypto and with Bitcoin as a store of value, blah, 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 then this is, of course, an excellent buying opportunity. If you don't believe that, then this stock could well be going to zero if you believe that crypto is going to do badly. Very much hinges on this. Me personally, I think crypto is not going to go back to its height. I think it'll kind of exist. I think a lot of people have been way scared off it, much as they have been with growth stocks. I think it's definitely not going to go back to its highs, at least in the near term, and I think the market will concentrate up a bit. A lot of the rubbish coins, should we say, are going to disappear, and I think it'll be more concentrated on the top 10 or so, which is not necessarily good for Coinbase, but we'll see. I still have faith in this business. I still think it's fundamentally sound. It's just the market that it's in is brutal, so we'll see what happens. A lot of stocks suffering at the minute. Coinbase is no different. I personally think it is absolutely not a buy right now, but could be in the not so distant future. And I personally own about 0.5% of my portfolios in Coinbase. I'm not selling right now. I have a decent cost basis, so I'm not so worried about that. But I think there could be some near-term pain involved. That being said, let me know what you think down in the comments below. Let me know if you think this stock is trash or if you think it's a sleeping giant. Whatever you think, let me know in the comments below. Like and subscribe if you enjoy the videos. I'll see you again next time.